Well, it's a Saturday night, so I considered perhaps we could have a conversation. Whoops, wait a minute. Guess not. Oops, I just had an interruption. I had to look to see what that interruption was. Something from Facebook. So I deleted it. I don't know what it was. So maybe we can have this conversation about sane. Are you sane or not? It's an interesting question. And here's something I'd like to suggest to you. If you don't entertain the question, ask yourself the question, then the probability is around 99.9999 that you're insane. The only people who would not consider, not take a look at, not see if they can discover whether they're insane or not are those people who are insane, because da 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 da, they know everything. So, is it possible for you to ask yourself honestly if you are sane or not? Keep in mind there's three divisions of insanity. This is fun, isn't it? The first division is normal. If you're normal on a planet that goes from war to war to war, killing, maiming, and murdering people, raping their women, and shooting their children up in schools, and then voting for more guns afterwards, and then you're normal. But if you're crazy, then you're probably a singer, a top of the line, extremely successful multimillionaire, either athlete or business person, or what do they call that thing? Something about the, I don't know, it's in New York. It's got a big bull. I don't know what that thing is, but at any rate, you are outside a little bit of the box called normal, because you've discovered excellence in your physical attributes, the manner in which you present yourself to the world. And then there's the final of the three stages, and that's completely insane. That might be the better of the three, if you will. They're fed, they're taken care of completely. Any dental, anything they need, everything's taken care of, and they don't even know it. So, there you have it. Now, if you ever consider this question that I'm asking, are you insane? Then you might experience an out of time outside of thought, outside of knowledge, outside of belief, quantum movement. That quantum movement is the movement from either normal, crazy, insane, through all of those three domains into sanity. It happens outside of time because normal, crazy, and insane are all inside of time, inside of thought, inside of knowledge and belief. And if that quantum leap happens, it will happen by virtue of you perhaps even answering the question, are you insane or are you sane? Here's a little suggestion for you. Sanity to an insane person will look insane. Insane folks to a sane person will look to be insane. So there's a little problem there, unless you're sane, that is. Sane means to say that you have an orderly mind, that your mind works the manner in which it needs to work. I was going to say the way God invented it to work, just to bring in some religious people to the conversation, but I'll leave that out. Although there is a certain connection when people say God, the manner in which God meant it, there is a certain truth to that, in that it means to be perfect. It is possible for you, the millions of people who are listening right now, to be perfect. What is needed is for you to see that you're perfect. That will cause an unexpected happening. It will highlight your flaw. Immediately it will come up, because the one main ingredient of all the ingredients, in order to be perfect, you have to have one part of every ingredient, if you will, available on planet Earth. And that one part is the most important of them all, because it's your flaw. Once you observe your flaw, that is the ending of it. You don't have to do anything. You just have to observe your flaw. And then, of course, observe it as it. So in a way, I lied. You still have to follow that flaw till its end, because it has a lot of tentacles. It's like octopus. It's got a lot of offshoots, whatever they call that. So the thing I'm seeing if I can do is show you your insanity. Now look, there is a possibility here. That possibility is that you consider, when you hear the question, are you sane or insane, that you then ask yourself the question. I guess I was around 15 years of age when a fellow walking down the street in St. Clairsville, Ohio, we happened to meet along the way, and how it happened exactly, I'm not certain. Something like, how are you? Fine, how are you? Whatever those things that insane people do. And he said, you do realize, of course, that everybody on our planet is crazy. So here I am in the middle of St. Clairsville, Ohio, 15 years of age, and this fella is 35, 40. Real old guys over the hill. Must have been at least 35, 40 maybe, 38. Was telling me that everybody on the planet is crazy. And I looked at him and I said, damn, if that's true, then I'm one of them. And if I am, I'm going to find out. You figure the rest of the story. So it's always that you leave the possibility open. You can always tell a racist, or if a racist is a racist, by simply saying you're a racist to them. If they say, no, I'm not, then you know that they are. If they say, wait a minute, I don't think I am, do you see something about me that causes you to consider I am a racist? Then the probability is they're not a racist, you see. It's like saying to someone, do you have an open mind? And if they say yes, you know their mind is closed. And if they say no, you know their mind is closed. However, if they say, wait a minute, I don't know, I'm not sure. Do you see something about me that causes you to consider that I might have a closed mind or an open mind? You see? I ask that, do you see? Because it's important. Do you see? Do you see what being open is? Being open means you don't know anything. You know nothing at all. So you ask questions. So I ask this question. Are you insane or are you sane? To maybe give you a little bit of assistance in the answer, do you live on a planet that goes from war to war? Do you live on a planet that elects a guy who says he grabs women between the legs and does whatever he wants to do to them? Do you live on a planet, well, anyway, I've been told not to go there so often because there's a lot of Trump lovers around, so I'll stop there. Do you live on a planet where religious people tell you how wonderful God is and how all encompassing he is, but he's going to send you to burn in hell forever if you curse, and send you to heaven where you walk on bricks and made of gold if you believe in God? You see? I'm wondering, because this stuff makes me wonder, makes me ask these questions. I realize, just as I did here a moment there when I went back, because I get criticism about people saying I have, what is that thing? TDS, I think they call it. Anyway, I realize that no matter which way I go on any of these subjects, I'm going to have a bunch of, all you millions of people who are listening, you're going to have an opposing view or an same view, or you're going to agree or you're going to disagree. And all of that doesn't matter. What matters is, Do you ask yourself this question? Do you consider that, or would you consider that you are insane? I'll give you another hint. I like giving hints. If you are walking around on ground and the sky and the clouds are above you, or at night the stars and the moon is above you, and below you is earth, grass or asphalt or concrete or steps or whatever it is. In the year 2021, on the date of 2/20, is it 20 or 21? I don't know. I think 20. Of 1921 or 2021, then you are insane. And you were offered the insanity of our planet by your parents, just as they were offered the insanity, and their parents before them and their parents thousands of years back. They offered the insanity, and each individual accepted the insanity, and then they themselves promoted or continued the insanity. So there's two levels of responsibility here. The first one is your parents offered you this world of insanity. You accepted the world of insanity, and then you promoted it and continued it and kept it going. And while doing that, you blamed the Illuminati and the gods and the Hildenbergs and the Hindenburgs and the Schittenbergs and everybody else, except you, for doing it. So you know what that means? It's going to last forever. Because the one thing you can guarantee that an insane person is a person who blames other people. A person who never accepts any iota of responsibility for anything. They always have a reason. They always have a justification. They always have an explanation. Or the short word for that is excuse. So I'm suggesting that you're insane. You're insane because you accepted the world your parents presented to you, that they were presented by their parents on back for thousands of years. And my query is, here's my other question. Is it possible for us to break the chain, just snap it in two, disconnect from the world that our parents gave us, that we inherited, if you will? Leave it entirely behind. All the gods, all the Jesuses, all the talking snakes, all of the Muslims, Catholic, all of the mothers, fathers, all of it. Can we throw the, here it comes, the baby in the bathwater, the house the baby in the bathwater were in, the tub, all of it out. Throw it out all at once. And then observe. Oh, wait a minute. The baby went out with it. So you go back and get the baby, you pull it back in, you see. Well, actually, you wouldn't be able to throw the baby out because that's the only part of it that's real. All right. Long enough. So I'll stay with my question. Are you insane or not?